Today on People Now, Nicole Kidman opens up about life with kids and the moment she knew her husband, country star Keith Urban, was the one.
Emma Stone and Rachel Weisz's new movie, The Favorite, receives lots of love with a slew of new nominations.
Angelina Jolie and her kids are Survivor superfans. In the show's finale, it was a legit family event.
Plus,
all the things they've been through, and they are still like the most honorable men.
an emotional Marie Osmond opens up about her brothers and the health battles they face.
Plus, Lana Condor and Benjamin Wadsworth are here with all we need to know about their new show, Deadly Class.
Live today on People Now.
All right, here we go. Good afternoon. Welcome to People Now. Great to see you.
Hello.
Celebrating a very royal birthday today. Kate Middleton turns 37 years old today, guys.
And in honor of the fashionable Duchess of Cambridge's big day, we want to see your favorite style moments from her. She has a lot. So tweet us a photo with the hashtag PeopleNow. You might see them on the show.
Just go to people.com. You can find all the
Yeah,
style
you
moments
could.
you've never had. We're going to check in on your responses a little later. For now, though, here's what you need to know and what's trending today. Nicole Kidman stars in the gritty new drama Destroyer, which will be released nationwide this month. She plays a worn-down LAPD detective, and you will barely recognize her in this role. She really is the queen of transformation here. People caught up with her about some of the reasons this particular role appealed to her.
I'm all about finding characters and stories that I go, this is new and but it's still emotionally relevant. And I grew up on these kind of films. I watched Pacino play these roles. I watched all of the men in the 70s get the chance to do it, but I don't have a female. I mean, Jenna Rollins would be the closest, but then not in this type of role. So that's exciting as an actress to get the chance to do that.
Isn't she so calming to listen
I
to?
love
I
her.
love her. Nicole Kidman is this week's People cover story. You can stick around. We're going to have more on her life, her kids, and 12-year marriage to country star Keith Urban, including how she knew he was the one. It's a really cool story. That's coming up in just a bit. Well, The Favorites is a clear favorite for BAFTA. The nominations for the 72nd BAFTAs were announced from London Wednesday morning. The British Academy of Film and Television Arts 6,500 voting members showed love to a wide range of films, with many films getting at least one nomination. But Yorgos Lanthimos' dark comedy The Favorite dominated with 12 noms. Olivia Colman is honored in the Best Actress category, while co-stars Emma Stone and Rachel Weisz will be duking it out in the Best Supporting Actress category. Now, The Favorite is ahead of Bohemian Rhapsody, First Man, Roma, and A Star is Born, which each received 7 nominations. A Star is Born's Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper each scored a nom in the Best Actress and Best Actor categories, respectively. The two were out Tuesday evening being honored at the National Board of Review Awards Gala that was in New York City, where Lady Gaga was awarded Best Actress. Now, the starlet rocked some old-school Hollywood glam in a floor-length, sleeveless black gown with a plunging neckline. Looks amazing there, and she even brought her mom as her date to celebrate the night. So sweet, the blondes night out there on the town. Now, Bradley was also recognized at the Board of Review Awards. He took home the award for Best Director, with Steven Spielberg handing him the honor. No big deal. He looked great in a gray patterned suit with his partner Irina Shayk, who's stunned in a patterned red suited dress and red beret. This look is really great. It works well for her. And a little intentional matching patterns there, I don't know, but it seems to work. Our fashion team loved it. A Star is Born's National Board of Review and BAFTA nods seem to be somewhat of a comeback for the film after a few snubs at the Golden Globes Sunday night. And in fact, I think this is way more of a predictor for Oscar than the Globes. Anyway, we're looking forward to seeing if Gaga and Bradley win big at the BAFTAs when that awards ceremony airs on February 10th. We'll be watching. Olivia Newton-John is doing great despite facing cancer for the 3rd time. A source close to the star has told People magazine this week, calling reports of the star dying absurd. The source says the Grease star is, quote, vibrant. The source admitted, though, that the recent rumors scared family and fans, but assured them that things are looking good. According to the source, the actress took a break after a recent series of treatments to get her strength back, and they reassured fans, saying, quote, she's going to be constantly going through treatments, but she is doing well. Newton-John has been a proponent of pairing traditional medicine with holistic wellness and credits the use of herbs and cannabis with feeling her best, and the source confirms it's a major part of Newton-John's treatment and recovery. The Australian star was already planning to post a New Year's message for her fans, but when she and her husband John Easterling came across the shocking tabloid news reports, she decided to, quote, Mark Twain during this whole thing and dismissed reports of her death via a Twitter video. Watch this.
The rumours of my death have been greatly exaggerated, to quote a very famous quote. And I'm doing great, and I want to wish all of you the happiest, healthiest 2019 that's possible.
A day after posting the video, she was spotted stepping out for lunch with her husband. The 4-time Grammy winner is now gearing up for the U.S. release and book tour for her memoir, Don't Stop Believin'. That's in March. The source told People magazine that reports, quote, had her 6 feet under, but she's putting all that to shame. And of course, we're happy to see her battling on. She's showing strength here. Kind of a bizarre thing for her to have to respond to, right?
Well, can you imagine seeing a video or reports that you're not doing well and you're on your deathbed? And I was glad that she did the video, and you can see she looks happy and healthy, so we're obviously wishing her the best.
As we were saying when that first came out, it's just too bad she had to take time out of her holiday
to
come out and say something like that. Anyway, move on to this. Kit Harington doesn't miss Game of Thrones yet anyway. Harington covers the January-February issue of GQ Australia. Now, he opens up about being pushed to the limit filming Game of Thrones' 8th and final season, so much so that here was this quote. He was bleeping, I won't say that word, bleeping sick of this. He tells the magazine, quote, the last season of Thrones seemed to be designed to break us. Everyone was broken at the end. He said, I don't know if we were crying because we were sad it was ending or if we were crying because it was so bleeping tiring. He goes on to explain that the cast was sleep deprived, and by the end, he was just tired of filming. He said, quote, I love this. It's been the best thing in my life. I'll miss it one day, but I'm done. So what's Kit Harington looking forward to post-Thrones? Everyday life, it turns out. Stars, they are just like us in some ways. He reveals to the magazine, quote, I think people who don't work in film or TV don't realize quite how disorienting it is being away from home all the time. He continues, the process of going to work, having a day with your colleagues, coming back to your family, cooking, having stuff in the fridge. It sounds odd to say, but it's the thing I'm looking forward to the most. After 9 years, I'll be at home in one place, static. That was his quote on the whole thing. And Harington is also looking forward to normal married life with his new wife and Game of Thrones co-star Rose Leslie. He gushed to the mag, quote, I thank the show for everything, but more than anything else, I thank it for introducing me to her. Super sweet. Footage of Game of Thrones' final season debuted on Sunday in a seconds-long teaser showing Sansa Stark, played by Sophie Turner, reunited with Harington's character Jon Snow for the first time and meeting Daenerys Targaryen, played by Emilia Clarke. People are very excited for this.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of fans are going to be disappointed to hear this, that he didn't have the best time and he's tired of it. But it's kind of like, you know, there's still people, and the shooting schedules are so strenuous.
I kind of, in a world where the stars are constantly promoting, I think it's a breath of fresh air for him to be like, look, I'm being real.
Yeah, it's
over
realistic.
Anyway, we're all looking forward to that final season either way. All right, she's the first meme of 2019, everybody. Fiji water girl, otherwise known as Kelleth Cuthbert, made headlines around the globe because of these hilarious moments from the Golden Globes red carpet. We just got her in LA. She tells us her photo bombs weren't entirely intentional.
This job was not pitched to me as a photobombing thing. It was completely unexpected. I've worked for Fiji before in this exact same capacity, working the red carpet, hydrating the stars. But I've always ended up in the background of pictures. That's just the nature of it, with so many photographers being around, and you have to be in high traffic areas, so it's inevitable. But it just seemed like this time it was just a crazier part of the red carpet than usual. It was just pure chance, it feels like, that I was in that many photos.
I love that she says hydrating the stars.
Yeah.
Some heroes don't wear capes, everybody. Some of them carry water to the stars. She says it was all unintentional, but if it was intentional, she would have actually struck a couple poses. And this.
I mean, there would be amazing expressions. There would be, I mean, maybe I'd throw up some bunny ears behind people, just all sorts of gestures. It would be great.
I think she did a great job. Kelleth photobombed a lot of celebrities on the red carpet. While she originally thought her Jim Carrey moment was the best, there was another one captured that she can't get out of her head.
I told people originally that the Jim Carrey one was my favorite photobomb. But last night I discovered the Heidi Klum one of her kissing her fiance, showing off her engagement ring, and then there's just little old me creeping, looming in the background, and that has now, I think, become my new favorite. Just such an intimate moment between her and her fiance, and then there's me, third party, third wheel.
She loves being a third wheel in this situation.
Yeah.
She's very good at kind of slipping in the Fiji water, even during our interview, it turns out. Watch this.
Life since the Golden Globes has just been a whirlwind. One second. So thirsty. I was saying it's been a whirlwind, and I don't know. I love the humor of the situation. It's ridiculous, meant to be taken lightly.
Fiji water better give her some sort of promotion bonus.
How many times was that move practiced? I don't know, but I absolutely love it. She has some advice, by the way, for fellow photobombers.
My advice for budding photobombers is you need to tread very lightly, because if they hear you coming and sense your presence, it just ruins the moment. The magic is in them being completely unaware that you're even there. And then you have to serve good face when you're there. If you're there already, might as well look good doing it.
I am worried though that now everyone is going to try to photobomb celebs at the carpet, because this was it went viral, but now I think everyone else is going to want to get in on the action. That might be too much.
Yeah, it will be. But she's all in for this one. She loved every minute of it. I loved it. It
was
continues to be a thing. Most celebs were fine with these meme moments. One star was not. Jamie Lee Curtis. Listen to this. The actress slammed a CNN article that posted a side shot of the two women captioned, "Jamie Lee Curtis was in danger of being upstaged by the Fiji water girl." So Jamie Lee posted a screenshot of the image to her Instagram, captioned in part, "I knew why there was a photographer poised there, and I moved away as I said out loud that I didn't want to be doing advertisements for Fiji and Moet. Clearly, this angle shows that I moved from her being behind me, and yet from the side it still happens. The sponsors of events need to get permission from people when they get them to take their picture next to products." She went all in on
Wow, she was very upset about it.
Not happy.
I know. I saw a lot of stars really think it was hilarious. Lily Reinhart posted and loved it.
I'm surprised she took such issue because there's always sponsors with these things. Anyway, so we did ask Kelleth if we can expect her at any future award shows. She was very coy about her answer, saying that it's still early in the award season. We'll have to stay tuned.
We'll have to see.
You've got more for us in Star Trek.
I do. We are kicking off Star Treks with a wedding-ish update. Justin and Hailey Bieber are in no rush for a wedding ceremony. Now, their love story is 3 years in the making already. If you remember, Justin and Hailey briefly dated from 2015 to 2016 before splitting and reconciling in May of 2018. By July of 2018, the two were engaged, and by September, the two secretly exchanged vows at a civil courthouse ceremony. Now, Bieber and Mrs. Bieber are in the process of finalizing the details for a religious ceremony and reception. A source tells People they've been figuring out the perfect time to do it. They both feel like the sooner the better. The Biebers initially planned on a January wedding, but that's very soon, so they're gonna likely push it to a later month.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah. The source adds they're working with the schedules of all their friends and family to make sure they can be surrounded by people they love. We are obviously very excited to see this wedding. We will keep you posted on that. All right, so this is a fun story. I did not know this till recently, but Angelina Jolie is a Survivor fan.
Like super fan.
Which is so cool. So she and some of her kids were in the audience for the live reunion of Survivor Season 37, David vs. Goliath, back in December. A source told People they had a great time. The kids really enjoyed it.
A lot of people are now talking about this. Jolie's attendance might have surprised a few, but she's actually friends with writer, producer, and actor Mike White, who was a contestant this last season as a member of the Goliath tribe. He's someone who's been in Hollywood for a while and has connections everywhere.
Oh, he's very well connected. They became friends while working on the upcoming Disney film, The One and Only Ivan. Mike wrote the screenplay. Angelina Jolie starred and produced the film.
There's also a party, though, and you were talking about this, that you're so bummed.
I'm really upset about this because I was supposed to go to the finale and the after parties, but I couldn't.
And you would have gone to Angelina's house.
Because I am so dedicated to this job.
That's right.
No, there was a party at Angelina Jolie's home, and all the contestants got to go there, which is really cool. But it does make me happy that she's a fan.
You did get to hang out with me longer, which I feel like was pretty much balances
Basically
the
the same thing, yeah.
Stay with us, guys. Even more with our People cover star, Nicole Kidman. She reveals the moment that she knew Keith Urban was the one. Plus, we are live with the stars of Deadly Class, Lana Condor and Benjamin Wadsworth. We love these two. Make sure you stick around for that.
All right, everyone, it's Kate Middleton's 37th birthday.
Woo!
She still looks dashing as ever. We've been asking you to send in your favorite style and fashion moments from the Duchess, so let's check in on those.
What do we got?
Have them.
Oh, okay, right. The birth pics are always, pictures with the babies are always, I think, are going to be like top.
Her coats. Yeah, her coats are always on point.
Love her maternity style and every dress she's worn. Leaving the hospital, she's perfect. And one more?
Right.
Was that was it? Okay. Send in more. We're going to get to more later, but now we move on to this.
All right, this week's People cover story is all about Nicole Kidman. I love her. She's exclusively opening up about her life and her 12-year marriage to Keith Urban. They are such a power couple.
Yeah, she opens up about how she knew he was the one. I love this story. They met at an event in LA. That was in early 2005. They kind of talked on the phone after that. They grew closer. Then, though, on Nicole's 38th birthday in June of 2005, Keith's romantic gesture that won her over. Here was her quote. "He stood outside with gardenias at 5 a.m. on my stoop in New York. That's when I went, this is the man I hope I get to marry," which was either going to like win her over or like scare her.
My question was, at 5 a.m., like he woke up that early or he was still up from the night before? I don't know.
If he woke up early, it's more romantic.
I think so too.
Instead of it being like, I've been partying all
Yeah.
night.
But then he took her to Woodstock on a motorbike. She says that's her kind of guy. It was pretty intense, but from that moment, she believed he was the love of her life. They got married a year later in Australia.
I love the idea. There's the visual of them on a motorcycle just flying across the countryside.
Yeah.
All right, now they're raising 2 daughters in Nashville, love and life. She says she wishes they could have more. She says says that she and Keith, they'd always said that if they were married when they were 25, they could have had like 10 kids. They want a huge family.
Yeah, but now she's very involved in her daughter's lives. She reads books at their school. Their house is always full of kids for play dates. Can you imagine going over to Nicole's house as a kid? It was always her dream, though, to have a family. She says when she was little, she hoped she would have children and a partner, so here she is.
She always wanted this strong marriage. Her parents gave her that example. Her parents were married 50 years before her dad passed away. That was in 2014. So the bar is really high there. She wants to have that really serious relationship. She was married for 10 years, we remember, to Tom Cruise. They divorced in 2000 when she was 33. It really left her reeling, and she had to regroup her entire life at that point.
Yeah, I imagine it'd be hard to get back into dating after all that, but she did. She got her wish with Keith. She admits to people she hoped she'd find love again, but wasn't sure. She says this about Keith. She says, my connection and my love for him is so powerful. She says, the girls and I are so lucky to have the man that he is, and he is a man. There's a lot of boys in this world, but Keith is a man. Ooh, I like that. That's also a zinger to all those boys out there.
You know who you are. They've been through a lot together, though. I mean, she helped him get sober earlier in their marriage. He helped her through the death of their father. This was my favorite quote from all of it. She says, real love happens not when everything's going well, but when things are going badly.
Yeah, I love that. For even more from People's exclusive chat with Nicole Kidman, pick up a copy of this week's issue on newsstands Friday.
All right, we've got even more stories from the new issue for you, including Carrie Ann Inaba. She's opening up about everything from joining the talk to considering adoption.
Yes, so Carrie Ann Inaba officially joined the talk. She replaced former co-host Julie Chen. But Julie left soon after her husband, CBS CEO Les Moonves, stepped down amid sexual assault allegations.
All right, so she opened up exclusively. She admits that she didn't conceal her excitement when she was approached for the job. She said she really wanted to be at that table. Also made note that, you know, Julie has been nothing but supportive to her throughout this whole thing.
Yeah, she said when Julie heard she got the job, she sent her flowers, said, I'm always in your corner, which I think is really amazing from one host to the next.
She's had so much success. She obviously Dancing with the Stars. That's where I remember her most. She frequently guest hosts on Live with Kelly and Ryan. She's earned the role. I think she's very fitting and comfortable in that, on that table.
Well, she's also very vulnerable and open about the hardships she's faced over the last few years. I mean, we're talking broken engagements, multiple health scares, her father's death.
Yeah, she opened up to People. She said that when she feels stuck in life, I love this, she rearranges her furniture to shift the energy. She says, life's complicated. I found my way back. I'm grateful. There is something about that. You move a table from one corner to the other, it's like new house.
Even just cleaning your apartment makes you feel better.
Declutter, you feel like you're living in a new place.
Yeah, also, I mean, the article is very fascinating, and she opens up about ending 2 engagements to the magazine. Says her former fiancés were wonderful, not right for her.
She had some health scares. She revealed 2 illnesses. Here we go, spinal stenosis. It's a narrowing of the spinal canal that can cause pain and numbness, and Sjogren's syndrome. It's an immune disorder that can cause joint pain and fatigue. Opened up about that. At one point, had to give up working out. She gained a ton of weight and stayed in bed for days at a time. You have to think we're going to hear a lot more about this kind of thing as she, you know, falls into that hosting role and starts opening up more and more.
Yeah, and she's doing a lot better. She does a lot of yoga and Pilates, and I mean, I'm really excited for her to host the talk. I think she's a great choice. I mean, she's charming, she's charismatic, she's fun.
Yeah, and we mentioned she may be thinking about adoption. She'll be opening up about that in the weeks to come, no doubt. Now we move on to this.
Yeah, so it's hard to believe, but Marie Osmond released her very first solo single over 45 years ago, and she's been entertaining us ever since.
I talked with Marie about those early days. She was a teenager with all this success, all eyes on her, so naturally she could have had her pick of the guys, but she told me about some of her more famous crushes and potential suitors. This was fun.
I dated a lot of people and I never really, you know, publicized it. Michael McDonald, he was probably the first person I had like a crush on, asked me to record on an album with him, and I never got over to do it. I was going to do some background. Felt really bad about that, but you know, I was saying David Cassidy. You know, everybody wanted to date David, and I was like, I'll check him out. We were at a recording studio, and I was recording, and he was down the hall, and I could hear these clogs coming down to the drinking fountain. And I looked at him and I went, that's not going to happen. His butt's smaller than mine, so he's not going to do it.
Disqualified right away. Wow,
not happening.
Harsh. Very harsh. But you know what? A woman who knows what she wants and knows what she does.
Andy Gibb and I were very dear, love him. And so
David was unimpressive because small booty.
David was darling.
But the small booty.
Not too small.
Okay. Were there what is there someone that did impress you on first sight?
What? Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I
don't know if anyone comes to mind.
I mean, I was not a nun.
She's really fun. She's had so much success, but we know the Osmonds have had their fair share of heartbreak as well, especially in 2018. They had a rough year with health issues and emergencies.
Yeah, Marie opened up about those scary moments and how faith has actually always helped her through.
It's been an interesting year. My brother Verl had a stroke. My brother Tom had a quadruple bypass. Jimmy had a stroke. Donnie, of course, is having surgery. I've had a lot of loss in my life and difficult things, and everybody does. I'm not saying there's any difference. But I have great faith. And when I lost my son, you know, those are the things that really bite, and they determine who you are inside and you know, what your belief structure is. And I just know that death is more of a rebirth for me. They move on. And even though we miss them here, I know I'll see them again. There's no question in my mind. It's tough, you know, but it's okay. It's okay.
She's got a really strong perspective, and Marie is celebrating a big milestone this year. She's turning 60 in October. It's going to be hard to top her last birthday, though.
Yeah, so for that, she went to Hawaii, reunited on stage with the original Osmonds. You got Jay, Meryl, Wayne, who Marie says doesn't hear too well anymore but still sings phenomenal, and Alan, who has MS.
She told me it was a performance and a moment that she will never forget.
My brothers are amazing. So the Osmonds never would have been anything without the 4 original Osmond brothers that started on the Andy Williams Show. And I always felt like the industry never awarded them what they deserved because they were the good guys. But they've sold over 100 million records. Not many people can claim that.
No.
And so I pulled the 4 of them on stage for one last concert. And I have to tell you, Jeremy, I'm gonna cry. It was so unbelievable. It was epic. I wish I could have shown it to everybody in the world, but for the people that were there that night in that stadium, it was epic. And to look at 6 decades of performing and all the things they've been through, and they are still like the most honorable men. They're really awesome. And so it was an honor for me. It cost me a fortune to do it. But I really felt like they deserved that, you know? They've been through hell and back, and it was just really an honor to see the 4 of them there. It was really cool for me.
Asa Butterfield is starring in the new Netflix series Sex Education. It's about an inexperienced teenager who lives with his sex therapist mother. Sounds good. He teams up with an edgy high school classmate to start their own health clinic.
It's a little interesting here. We're intrigued by it. Asa opened up about reading the script for the first time, and he told us what we can expect in season 1. Take a look.
The students at the school need your help, Otis. And we need their money. I haven't really worked out the details yet, but I'm good with numbers, so I'll deal with the business end of things, and you can do the therapy. We'll charge for every appointment and split the cash.
Therapy?
Yeah, sex therapy. You have a gift? It would be irresponsible to waste it.
What was my reaction? It was, I mean, well, I think it does well, because I wanted to do a sort of, have a kind of like a TV show or something.
Yeah,
If you do something like that, you want it to be something you're excited about, because if you're doing it back for potentially multiple seasons across many years, you want to enjoy the character. And
You're going to be spending a lot of time with this character and
exactly.
with the story, right? So you want it to be good.
So it was something about it. I think it was just the relationships with the characters. It was so kind of honest and funny. And Otis says, he's the, you know, the inexperienced high school, kind of a bit awkward, but he's got this funny knack of just having this understanding about sex and this inability to do anything about it. So there's a really interesting spin on that character, which we see quite a lot, and then Otis adds something to it. And I just enjoyed that aspect, and the relationship with his mum was brilliant as well. There is a lot of sex in the show. It's called Sex Education, but it's never there to be kind of gratuitous or sexy or just for the sake of being there. It's always either
Awkward, probably. Yeah.
Well, it's awkward, but it's always there to kind of inform the story and then inform Otis's cases for his sex therapy.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd trust any 16-year-olds to provide sex therapy.
I know, right?
Asa plays a witty but awkward teenager named Otis, something he definitely enjoys.
I enjoy playing awkward characters. I think I think I can bring a lot of myself into it. Not that I'm an awkward person, but I can be. Yeah, I think for Otis, I mean, there is a lot of similarities I see with him. Some of it came, I think, after I joined the part, and they asked me, what do I think, what do I want his room to look like? So I brought a lot of my own parts of my life, like, so he's a bit of a nerd, he plays a lot of video games.
Right.
There was these like Japanese movie posters on his wall, so I walked into the set of his room and I was like, okay, yeah, this feels at home.
Good. Okay, yeah. I love talking to him, and that kind of, you know, the things that felt like home to him were the video games, the character plays of all the things going on here. His mom, though, is played by the brilliant Gillian Anderson. She plays a sex therapist Things got a bit awkward when we asked him if there were any comparisons between his TV mom and his real mom.
Did not know she had this this knack for very motherly humor, which felt very close to home. My mom's a psychologist, so it's, again, there's more similarities, which I didn't even realize reading the script. And then as I was on it, I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, what did your mom think about this project?
She's very excited to see it.
Yeah? Is that gonna be weird? Like, are you gonna watch with your mom?
Probably not. No, yeah, probably not. I mean, for me, like, Otis's character he gets off quite easy compared to some of the other guys in terms of like the sort of explicit action. I mean, he has his moments. He has his moments. But no, I will not be watching with my mom.
Yeah, I don't think I'd want to watch with my mom either.
Me either.
Super awkward. The whole show is very cringeworthy moments that will definitely start a conversation at home, school, everywhere. Jeremy and I kept thinking about all the funny or awkward moments that had to happen while the cameras were rolling. I mean, the show is called Sex Education. Was it hard to get through some of the scenes? Or do you have like a memory or like sometimes of filming where you guys just couldn't keep a straight face?
Yes, definitely. I'm trying to think of an example. I mean, there were a lot of awkward moments, definitely. I think that's actually where you get a lot of great stuff in shows like this, because you have that kind of tension, and behind it, everyone's just like about to burst into tears or laughter. I had my first wank scene ever, a few, in fact, multiple. That was interesting.
And how did that play out?
Well, yeah, I mean, you'll have to watch.
Creative problem solvers to master the deadly arts.
Meet Marcus, the new rat.
Welcome to King's Dominion.
Rain check on the celebration. You're at the bottom of the food chain, like us.
There is nothing boring about this school and the new show Deadly Class. It's about the elite private academy called King's Dominion, where the world's top crime families send their next generations. Here with us now are Lana Condor and Benjamin Wadsworth, who star in the show. Welcome, you guys.
Thank you.
I love that coat, by the way.
Right? Lana, good to have you back here. You're here
I'm so happy to be back.
Yeah, it's great to see you again. And we talked a little bit about this when you were here last. You were just about to like dive in. Let's talk about the series. It's got drama, you got romance, but it's really unique, right? I mean, there's this very unique twist. For you, though, how did it land as far as the uniqueness of it and what you love the most?
You know what? Every day, there is not a boring day of work. Every day you go in and it's chaos in the best way. So for me, shooting the show was just so exciting. I was never bored. There was a lot of stunts, a lot of physical action, which I really, really enjoyed. And that was one of my favorite parts. But
I remember that when you were here last week, you were actually sore from having worked out. You're like,
yes, I was like, I can't move. I know I taught you like something.
Yeah, you did. You could barely do the move.
Yeah, I know. But it's amazing, and the story is so rich, and it's something that I could see us never getting bored of, and being able to do, if we're so lucky, the show for multiple seasons, because it's awesome, and there's so much to explore.
Yeah.
Yeah, and your character is the mysterious bad girl, recruits Marcus to King's Dominion from off the street. And you guys have like a little romantic chemistry there. So how did you first start bonding? Like, what was the approach to that?
He showed up in that coat and it was over.
Yeah.
I was like, wow.
I remember the exact moment.
Do you?
We were all in the lunchroom and Lana came in and we all stood up and were like,
Oh, during the pilot. Because I was a very last minute cast. And so everyone was already in Vancouver while we were shooting the pilot for pre-production. They were already friends. And then I was like, I'm gonna be the weird one. I'm not gonna have any friends. And then I went in because I knew you guys were having lunch in the cafeteria, and I just walked in, and it was so amazing because the whole cast just goes, yay! It was really sweet.
Yeah, that's cool.
Now, King's Dominion, obviously a little different than your average high school, but kind of the same themes. You got that teenage angst as well. How did you kind of relate it to your own high school experiences?
well, I was homeschooled for high school, so I guess that's where Marcus and I are kind of similar because we didn't really have any high school friends. And,
yeah.
And this was Marcus's first time going to a school, and I guess it was my first high school experience as well.
Wow.
What about for you?
Well, you know what? I went to an all-girls private Catholic high school. So in a way, it's not
Exactly the same, right? This is all like lining up perfectly. Points of reference everywhere. Lana, last time you were here, we chatted about To All the Boys I've Loved Before. The film blew up. Obviously, we, know you have a sequel coming out for that.
Yeah.
You can't tell us anything, I'm sure. But new love interest.
I love that, I'm sure.
You're right, but maybe. What are your
Maybe
feelings
trick
about there's a new love interest that's coming out here, right? In the
Yes.
new one. And so what's our feeling about how that is going and how that plays out and how people will respond?
Well, Lana is very excited because Lana has 2 boys fighting over Lana. But no, well, you know, there is a new love interest in the book,
Right.
so it's not really
We
a
know where
secret.
it's going a little
so we
bit.
kind of know where it's going, but I'm just really excited. I'm really excited for Noah to have another co-star who I don't know who's gonna be the actor.
If you could choose any actor to play that role.
Other than Benjamin, because he's right here.
Yeah.
Other than Benjamin, you know what? I just really want someone with a good heart, and names don't really matter to me at all. I just want someone with a good heart. And you know, with Noah, and I don't know if you guys have met him, but Noah is a really, really good guy, and I think we just need someone who can fit in like that.
Yeah.
Benjamin. Teen Wolf, my friend. We will never forget about it. We know you from that, of course. Fans still mourning the sort of series finale you started in that. Ever any getting back together with the castmates? Do you guys reconnect? What's the vibe?
I mean, I was in the very last episode, so I didn't really get to
But I can
become
tell you
good
make an
friends.
impression quick, though. I feel like that's something you have a thing for.
Yeah, you know, like I see Tyler Posey every once in a while
Yeah.
at like Comic-Cons. We say hi, we chat. J.R. Bourne, we're really good pals. I had lunch with him when we were in Vancouver shooting. I hope to see him again.
Yeah.
The age of the reboots. Do you ever see it coming back? Would you be on board? Would you want it to come back?
I'd be on board. I'm not sure if it will, but if they ask me to come and join them, I'd love to.
All right, we're signing you guys up for all these things. All right, we're gonna play a little game. All right, we can't.
Okay.
let you leave. This is called non-deadly class superlatives.
There you go.
Okay.
Because they're
Pass
not
it
deadly.
down.
We're gonna throw a few superlatives out. Whoever you think this applies to, hold up your sign or the sign of their face. It's the two of you if you.
Yeah.
notice. They're subtle.
All right, who is the biggest flirt?
Ooh. Be honest.
Wait,
That's okay.
wait.
Yeah.
This is
Do you
goodbye
have a
lady.
go-to
Giving him
flirt-
permission.
Do you have a go-to flirt move? I was big at flirt in high school. Or pick
Oh my
line.
God, hi. Just like you know, just
Just a little subtle.
You know, like subtle, like
Subtle.
touching. Mhm.
Very subtle.
Most likely to respond to fans in the DMs.
Oh.
You're just not afraid of it. You'll just
I
go
mean,
like-
not in like a weird way. I'm a friendly guy.
Yeah, just like, hey, what's up?
Yeah,
okay.
be careful. All right,
Listen,
most hardcore about working out. Oh.
hitting the gym. And what's your go-to? What are you going to do? Like, if you can't do anything else?
Boxing or cycling?
Okay. Ooh.
Fun.
I love both.
Yeah.
All right. Most likely to be seen on set glued to their phone. Constantly going.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
It's true.
You gotta stop reading those comments we were talking before.
Yeah.
Best schmoozer at a party.
Yeah. She'll teach you. Don't worry. It's going to be by the time
That's
this is
like
all
you.
done.
You're
I like
good
being in
at
the
small
corners.
talk.
What are you talking about? What's that?
I like being in the corner, like dancing.
Yeah.
myself.
See, that's mysterious.
That's what he does. Dance.
Draws
He
people in,
does.
right?
He does dance by himself.
Most chatty.
Chatty.
Ooh, that's,
Chatty Kathy.
Maybe we have days.
I think.
Thank you both.
All
Okay,
right,
we ended
both.
even.
All right,
All right,
both
that's
like
good.
to talk.
I like that.
That's great. All right, we're out of time. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you
Congrats
for
on
having
everything
us.
you have going on. You guys, Deadly Class debuts on Sci-Fi January 16th. You can watch the premiere episode on sci-fi.com right now.
Thanks for watching, guys. We're going to see you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you, guys.